I'm about to start my toy talk in 6 minutes time. Yeah, the mood of the light. Better if I cover it up the back, huh? Yeah, probably for this episode, I'll switch off the light and let the figure shine by itself, maybe. Yeah. So, hopefully folks will come on soon and I will start. Hey Winston, thanks for watching, man. Okay, I'm counting down maybe another 3 minutes. So anybody has any questions or anything you want to say, maybe now we'll chat a little bit before I begin. As I'll say again, this will be the final toy talk for the time being for season 1, final episode. There's always been a plan to do a finite number of episodes, just because I like the 9 grid, so I'm doing the 9 episodes so I can finish and basically from there reorganize. Hey, morning Winston. From there reorganize myself and see what I can better do in the series to come, and also ask for feedback. But traditionally feedback is always a struggle with folks, so but then again, I'm sure folks has more pressing matters in their lives to think about besides me talking about toys, so I totally understand where folks might be coming from. But having said that, yeah, I'd like to be able to do something that folks enjoy and I enjoy doing as well, because that is as important to me, because I want to be able to enjoy what I do. Sorry, I'm trying to see if it works with the background. Yeah, out there. Again, a lot of this, I also want to be able to do or to create a better background, a setting for my cameras, and to achieve something that I myself enjoy looking at as well. So with that, without much whining on, let me start. Excuse me. Let me start today's Toy Talk. This is the 9th and last episode of season 1. I'll say season 1. Before I take a break and to go reorganize, like I mentioned just now, reorganize what I am able to do with this Facebook Live, whether or not I continue on Facebook or an incarnation on Instagram. And also me trying to find out how to do this in a landscape format. I still haven't figured it out. I struggled for so long to want to even do this, because it's what I can achieve right now is a landscape portrait format, which frankly I'm not used to myself. So it is a struggle for me. But beyond my own struggles, yeah, at least hope to be able to provide folks with a decent watching experience, and for me as well, a viewing experience. I am selfish by saying what I want to do as well, because that is as important. I also want to be able to enjoy what I'm doing, so that carries across to the toys I'm talking about. Because in the end, toys, I can argue in the past, are toys essential? They are to people who think they are, and it is to me. So I don't want to, just do it just for the sake of doing it. I want to do it because I enjoy it, and to be able to share with everyone who enjoys it. Make sense? Okay, getting off my soapbox. Today we're going to take a look at TREESON. This is the OG done by Crazy Label, based on Booby Ao Yong's Hong Kong designer's creation. And this is her website, Milk Jar, based on her creation. What I'll show is, I mean, to me, it is rare because it is rare to me because it's still in the box. I still have the box. A lot of times I open up boxes of toys and the toys are separate from the box, but it's like them leaving their home. And although people say yes, must remove the toy, and I do, but I also don't want to deprive them of the home that they came in. Does it make sense? Well, it makes sense to me, so I wouldn't ask for anything else. Right now, we look at the box itself. What I enjoyed about this box when it first came to me was it printed out a story. You see a bottom story, character design by Booby Aoyong, sculpted, produced by Wookie. Andy Wu of Crazy Label is no longer in operation, and I thank him for all his support through the years with toys and for creating a number of great toys. What I'll do here, if you can't see, and I'll read it out. TREESON is a kind creature, and he was brought up by the trees in the forest. He was discovered by Ren at the beginning of the story, and a stem is branching out from his heart. The story is about the friendship of TREESON and Ren and how they face their past. Excuse me, the story continues at the website here. I'll leave a link below. To me, it is, again, I mentioned, not that everybody needs to have, but I appreciate a story because it creates a fictional lure beyond just the aesthetic of the figure. It creates a story. Some people catch it, some people might not latch on to it. To me, it is meant for people to enjoy, who understands, and who wants to find out more. If you decide to have your toy branch out to have more stories beyond, and then that gives you an out, or not out, gives you an opportunity to evolve. Otherwise, it is just a pure aesthetic figure. Excuse me. Specs written here. TREESON at a glance. I mean, I love this stuff. TREESON is a 5-inch tall vinyl figure. Oh, cool. Made by Contrifugal Casting. It's a perfect gift for your loved ones. I love the cell. You can take it everywhere, and I'll show you where I took it. You can decorate a workplace, and that's what I did. Maybe not my workplace, my home. Take a picture of you when traveling. I'll show you more about this. What I love about this is also the carrying instructions that are provided here. I'm not going to read everything, but fun, lah. Oh, thanks for the heads up, Robert. Oh, Adam, sorry. Thanks for the heads up. Oh, shucks. Oh, that's a bit of a waste. I will check my website to see if I replicated the story. Maybe I did. I'm not too sure. But that's a waste though. Thanks for the heads up, Adam. So right now, we will go through. Oh, I have a new table light coming here, but it creates shadow from my hand. You know, in all sense of the word, I would love the texture of light on the figure. But for all watching, it might be like, you got blocked the shadow with your hands. Yeah. Cannot disagree, lah. Still the same. Moving on. I'm not going to worry about technical aspects. I will worry about that after this. But let's open this. You can see from a lot of browning, a lot of dirt, age that comes with the display. It's a bit of a waste. Let me plop this at the back here. Yeah, I've not switched on my fairy lights because it's a bit distracting at this point. And I'll show you the plastic casing. You can see the brownness. Bit wasted. Cute lah, you see the back shadow. But this is the casing. And if I'm not wrong, if memory serves, this was a white casing. Yeah, so it's brown with time. Regardless, open up. I'm happy to still have a casing for the figure. And there's TREESON. Let me take him out. Right now, I have a few TREESONs, and I recognize from people's questions in the past, I'm not selling this item. Okay, so this item is not for sale. It is my own personal, my own personal stock, my own personal figure. I'm not selling it. For the time being, touch wood now. So this is the OG TREESON from 2006. Have a look at the figure first. We'll do a turnaround. You can see the age with a bit of browning around as well. You can see here, browning. This was pure white before, unfortunately. And what we always used to say in the past, like a durian, the spiky ones, which is cute. There's no articulation in the arms. It's all molded in, single piece. There is zero articulation in this figure. This is the OG figure. And can I see? My eyesight was also not so great. You can see the markings. See the face. Aww. Friendliest of faces. Well done, Booby. The figure comes with his stick. This is his stick. I showed the stick before in my toy time, and this is the stick. There are two different sticks. So this, yes, belongs to TREESON, but I'll show you which TREESON it is. As a hint, which TREESON it is. But this stick is for the OG TREESON. It is a branch, a Y-shaped branch that has a heart at the end. Can you see? Yeah, can't focus on. Oh, can. All right, let me see if I can try and focus on the phone camera. Yeah, I'm not set fabulously. So there is a heart at the end of the stick. And the cool bit is the stick hides inside here. And yeah, the stick carries TREESON's heart. So that is the story context of it all. And this is the figure. So I'll do a turnaround of the figure with the stick and heart in him. So it is, you can create stories of your own, but what if he loses his stick, his connection to nature? Then he loses his heart, right? Quite sad, right? I would say melancholy, but it's a bittersweet sadness that comes with the sweetness of his face. With a little bit of blush here. Pardon my nails. I have a story about my nails, but I won't tell that story right now because it's just too convoluted. So what I'm going to do now is show and tell a bit of history. Okay, turn a little bit. Here, TREESON is still here. And I'll brighten the screen a little bit. Let me turn away the light. So TREESON first came to me in this. I did this as a throwback Toy Thursday in 2015, where I found a box for the TREESON box. This was before. Let me click and see. This was before the production box that we saw earlier here. This was in the early stages where Crazy Label sent out a media package. I still have this box. So this is how the box looked like. It's like a cake box lah. Quite cute, from Crazy Label. So this is a press evaluation kit. So this is how it came to me in 2006, which I really appreciated the support for a no-name blogger. Then I just started out. I just started out for a year or so. I started the blog in 2005. So I just started out in I started in 2005. So 2006, I had this sent to me. So which was very appreciated. Totally appreciate the support. Let me go back in time. Okay, so when TREESON first came to me, I had a ball of a time taking pictures TREESON in Singapore, and it was one of the few figures that I brought out with me all over Singapore. Not say all over Singapore a lot of places in Singapore. Myself, TREESON and Pandan Cake, and even TREESON playing soccer. I brought TREESON along to Starbucks. I even brought this was hilarious. Sidetrack. I brought TREESON to a picnic. Not exactly a picnic. I brought him out with his props to a location where I was racking for a project. I was still in the media line. I was racking for a project. So quite naughty of me to say. For a project where this is not. I don't love Flickr. Okay, let me get rid of this. Let me see if I can go full page for this. No. And I was at the end, okay, to be fair, at the end of a recce, and I knew this was on where the recce trip was, and I brought along the props. Let me go full page because I'm proud of this. And I brought along the props to do a photo shoot. So the guy that I was working with saw me setting these up, was like wondering what the heck is this guy doing lah. But yeah, I enjoy stuff like that. So nice background. I did a little setup that he was doing a picnic, and these are all gachapon figures. And I used to collect gachapon stuff in the past, more 1/6 scale, based on my 1/6 scale collection. I was doing them both. So this was a great way to enhance my play. Yeah, what can we do as adult men and women with our toys, to play with our toys? We do photo shoots, right? And I love to create dynamic photo shoots. So anyway, just me going on about bringing my toys out. Yeah, how I climbed the tree and put never mind. Yeah, TREESON and flats. I love this the most. This is just a part of outside my house. So yes, TREESON went around Singapore, around my place. Yeah, I went to my favorite toy shop. It wasn't a toy shop, it was a comic book shop in Orchard Leisure Centre. Cine Leisure, that no longer exists. So anyway, yeah, this was, at least, now I think back, a lot of my photo shoots, which I should have considered doing more of, were in shops or in locations that I enjoy, because we don't know how long they would stay, especially in Singapore. In Singapore, where shop fronts constantly change, and our memories are with shop fronts, with comic book shops, with toy shops. And once they change, doesn't mean our memories disappear. They do. They actually do. They are in our own memories, yes, but it's hard to be able to share with someone about some place. Remember this place where we went to? Remember this spot? You know, and to me, memory is something that I hold on to very dearly these days, or has been for the past few years. So yeah, I'm glad I took pictures of like even a shop here with TREESON down here, you know. So yeah, that's my take on it. Yeah, I can see the era of TREESON. This is where the Brandon Routh Superman Returns era lah. Yeah. You might even bring Hawker Center. Okay, rambling. 2006. He was #1 in my top 6 vinyl toys of 2006. Yeah, this was TREESON. Excuse me. Anyway, with the demise of Crazy Label, okay, before I jump to the demise, let me try and find out variations of TREESONs that were released. Oh, there's still a Wikipedia. Oh, cool. Thanks for the heads up, Adam. At this point in time, I mean, for the past 10 years, I really appreciate Wikipedia, man. Anyway, coming back, TREESON has seen multiple incarnations of toys, like a MemoBot thumb drive. I don't know if anybody remembers MemoBot. I certainly do. I've always hankered for them, but I never could afford. No, I won't say afford them. Never did get them, so it's a bit of a waste. Mini TREESONs, mini figures. Oh my gosh, I love the TREESONs. 8-inch TREESONs. Yeah, I will show you an 8-inch TREESON here. Yeah, 8-inch TREESON. Yes, there was an 8-inch TREESON, and there was a new TREESON incarnation I'll show you later. And this is the existing 5-inch. So there were 8-inch TREESONs. I did a fabulous sort of a promo together with. Wait, why is the screen turned black? Give me a moment. Yeah, phone might freeze up. So if the phone freezes up and the live connection goes, it is because of my equipment. So do bear with me. And if there's a strong wind sound, it's because I have to turn my fan to cool down my phone. Wow, so bear with me for a moment. Anyway, 10-inch TREESON. You can see the size is different. I did a promotions with Crazy Label to showcase treason, something which I'm very proud of, treasonisms. I'll put a link to it. I won't go into it now. I'm just scanning through my old archives, and I appreciate my blog as an archive because it serves as a reminder of what's happened in the past. I celebrated not just my birthday, I celebrated Treason's birthday and stuff like that, you see. Anyway, different colorways, yes. There were different colorways of Treason, not just the white, different colorways and different editions as well. Yeah. Hee tree bun. Cuteness. Yeah, there were different colorways which I also have, but I interviewed with Booby Aoyong. Yeah, I totally forgot about this. And these were the urban Treasons, Firefly and Urban. Yeah, two different Treasons. There was even a Treason designing contest. This was in 2006. This was the Treason family in 2006. Win a Treason. I love Treason lah. Treason family. These are pictures of the Treason. One is a glow in the dark, the Firefly Treason, and one is the Urban Treason, which is all black. Oh, thank goodness it's on Blogger. Can you see? Yeah. Yeah, a bad habit of mine was saving images in low res. Image management back in the early days was a hassle. One day I'll talk more about it, but maybe not now. So it started off with the OG Treason, followed by glow in the dark and urban black Treason, what we call the Firefly and the Urban Treason. I'll put a link with an online on Robin's blog, not on my blog. Does it open up? Yeah, the interview is still on. I'll remember to put a link so you guys can also check out this interview. Let me close this. Christmas party. I love this lah, with the Heineken beer and beer stuff. Anyway, I ramble on. I mean, I'm supposed to ramble on because I enjoy all this. Anyway, coming back to Treason, the last leg of my storytelling. With the demise of Crazy Label, unfortunately. Did I blog about the demise? I don't necessarily. At least with Crazy Label, we can see until 2011, there were still editions being released, but there were the mini Treasons plus the mini Treasons. Yeah, Birthday Treason box set 2011. And subsequently, Crazy Label closed shop. There were Mommy G Treasons with Mommy G. And the most recent one was 2015's with Fluffy House, which I did a review on. Fluffy House. These are just pictures. I'll put a link to them. And at this period in time, I plonked down whatever I could afford to. How could I not want another Treason? Let me see if I can see clearly here. And this is the Fluffy House Treason. Let me darken this background so that the figures will stand out more. And we go back to the figure themselves. So this is the Fluffy House Treason. It is larger than the 5-inch original Treason. And yes, this sticks with the heart that folks might have seen on my Toy Talk session on Instagram. Belongs to this guy. But I have a hard time trying to stick it in though. I'm not sure should I squeeze it in, but that's the heart. So the form is slightly changed, it's a bit dusty here. The form has changed from the original Treason, but the concept still remains with the heart lah. Yeah. But the star, of course, today for the show is this original Treason. Put this dude at the back, and I put him away because he is pretty heavy. Let me put him here instead. Can out of shot. Hey. But anyway, this is the original Treason. Wait, let me come back to the screen a little bit. Let me turn the camera. So this original TREESON, not original. This is the Fluffy House TREESON, and I've I showed you this image earlier on. This is the new Fluffy House TREESON, the original TREESON here, and this is the 8-inch TREESON at the back, 8-inch tall. So this is the family shot. What I did not put here is the mini TREESON. That would be great. I'll find it and probably take a shot and put on my Instagram. All these are viewable on my Instagram anyway. Most of my stuff is on my Instagram. And these are the Y sticks. Yeah. So this is fun. Coming back to the figure. Let me darken the screen. So this is TREESON. At this point, does anybody have any questions for TREESON? And also for myself. As I mentioned earlier, and I'll mention it again, this is what I would consider the final episode for Season 1. Yeah, just call it Season 1 because it's cool. It's the final episode for Toy Talk for Season 1, where I'll be taking a short break, or however long that break is. I don't have a definite time, to sort out my filming equipment and do a better job of filming my videos. Hopefully trying to do a landscape video at the same time. I'll sort that out. I have no clue. If anybody has any hints, do let me know. And also audio. Audio is a aspect of doing live, which I'm interested in doing a better job of anyway. Today still make TREESON. Unfortunately, the last I showed off is not together with, not with Crazy Label, the originator of this form. It is with, the last produced figure was with Fluffy House. This is 2015. Released in 2015. It's a slightly different form and bigger size than the previous TREESON. But I don't know if it is still, they're making new editions. You can check out Fluffy House, fluffyhouse.bigcartel.com. That was the last incarnation of TREESON that they did. But for the OG TREESON, unfortunately, no, man. So you might have to search for retailers online to see if they still have stock. So literally, not literally, it's spelled TREESONS from Crazy Label. I can't remember the retail price. I might have put it on my blog, but I'm not gonna search for now. Winston, actually, last known might be the ones Booby sold at exhibition. Oh, the chess set, yes. I wonder why I didn't blog about the chess set. I did. Thanks for the heads up, Winston. Thanks for the reminder. Yes, there were chess set, multiple colorways, if I'm not wrong. Oh, that's quite sad though. They are all sold out. So unless you are looking for secondary market, if somebody is releasing their TREESONs, then that's the only other way, if not retailers. The TREESON collectors, there was even that I know of, which I was a part of for a short period of time, then I unfortunately wasn't active on, was a Flickr group where they were primarily TREESON collectors who posted their photos. So I don't know if currently if there's any Facebook groups or particular hobby groups that are dedicated to TREESON. If anybody knows, ooh, that's quite sad. Thanks for the heads up, Winston. For that Fluffy House is not selling anymore. Gold edition, yeah. I'm not sure. Oh, I didn't get that one. Thanks for the heads up, Adam. I keep on calling you Roberts because I'm saying the last word. Anyway, there were. I don't know right now if there are any hobby groups that has TREESONs that focuses on TREESON besides the Facebook groups. I mean, I would love if anybody has any heads up on Facebook. Please drop the address. I mean, I would love to be able to have collectors see them. At the same time, my memory of TREESON collectors was there was a strong support group, strong community. So I don't know if it exists or if any of the members or folks have decided to release their TREESONs back into the wild, which I'm not going to say, I'm not going to judge because everybody has their own circumstances and their own tastes or selections change through the years, so there's no judgment on that end. I myself had my fair share of toy choice changes. Does it make sense? I got TREESON at an age, at a period where I was also still actively collecting 1/6. Hence, when I showed pictures of my dioramas back then, I was collecting gachapon as well. The gachapons were primarily to service my 1/6 scale figures, but at the same time, it parallels into props being used for my designer videos as well. So it works all around. So at the end of the day, it's also economy, what I can afford, and what I could not, and what I had to give up. Not a matter of what I lose interest in, but it's a matter of what I can afford. A lot of times it is about affordability in toys as well. Taste in toys definitely will change. Definitely will change. If you're a hardcore collector that collects one particular aspect throughout your entire collecting career, so be it. But then again, you might grow to want more. You might grow to enjoy more. And there's nothing wrong with changing. There's nothing wrong with evolving your taste as well. If you can afford it, by all means, go ahead, man. That's the joy of toy collecting as well. That you can evolve without having the fear of being stuck into one particular genre or collectibles. For example, no offense to Booby at all, but what if the company is no more? What if nobody produces this particular toy anymore? Doesn't mean your total toy collecting journey stops. No. You might find older figures, sure. You might hunt for older figures. You might hunt for special collaborations. You might hunt for that exclusive toy. Or you branch out and you find out more. Anyway, that's just my take on it. So this has been the original. Thanks for the suggestions, Winston. Very happy to see you there. Winston's collection is one of those that I envy the most at this point in my toy life. He has a lot of stuff I want, which I can't afford. So I live vicariously through his toy photos. And he has been a strong supporter for many years, helping me with toys through the years. Anyway, thank you, Richard. Anyway, this has been OG TREESON, and let me show the fluffy house TREESON at the back. I mean, I'm the sort of person that loves pairs, a pair of figures. If it's just one figure, lonely lah. So a pair. I think I have a rent. I might not have a rent for the OG TREESON. Maybe I do. Yeah, I do. I have a TREESON mini-series and it's much smaller. So I don't know proportionate wise is it accurate. Because the Fluffy House TREESON has the Ren partner. It's very dusty. I didn't want to show him early on. And his standing ability is a bit tricky because big head, small body. Proportion wise is cute, but standing so I'm not gonna bitch, but anyway, this is Ren with TREESON. Yeah, bring him away. I toys that can't stand irk me. Yeah, I'm not gonna have glossy words all the time lah. Anyway, so old TREESON, classic. Don't say old. Classic TREESON, modern TREESON. So yeah, this is classic TREESON. I realized I've gone 30 minutes in to my toy talk for TREESON, and I'll do a turnaround of the figure. So if folks have any questions, let me know in the comment section. If not, this is my scheduled final episode for Toy Talk for Season 1. I'm calling it Season 1 because I also want to create a 9-image grid that, if folks follow my blog, is something that I enjoy doing. 9-image grid, and at the same time I'm also trying to give myself a deadline, a finite deadline, where I'm able to take a breather and take a stop into trying to find out better recording equipment and not have too much fears in technical support. That's the word for it. technical support, because I am my own technical support. And I suck lah. I always bitch and whine about it, but that's the reality. I suck at technical. I blog doesn't mean I know technical stuff. I just blog. But technical wise, I'm struggling. But that need not be an issue for you guys. Yeah, let me place here. Yeah, it makes more sense, right? Let me place here. Yeah, but the shadow. Anyway, might not be an issue for you guys. I want you guys to be able to enjoy what I do as well, because I am also trying to enjoy my toys. Initially, I started saying that it's a justification for me to play my toys, and it still is. No doubt about it. I'm not going to pretend otherwise lah. But that's the joy of it. That is the joy, the pure joy. And I do enjoy my toy joy in toys. And I want to share it with you guys. And with that, we've come to the end of Toy Talk for this particular incarnation anyway, Season 1. And maybe I will do a quick scan for you guys of my desktop. This is where I blog. My toy display is at the back. This is my disgustingly dirty keyboard that I will clean, and probably I'll clean it during the break for this Toy Talk, so that you will eventually see the keyboard as well in the shot. Who knows? And this is just the size of the table that I have, that I put in my latest blog post, The Evolution of TOYSREVIL HQ. This table was seen in my 2000 and was actually made and used in my 2012 booth at Singapore Toy Games and Comic Con. Yeah, and this is my setup. How many variants? I did a showing just now in my video. I've never counted them, and I think in the earlier comment section, Adam Roberts has left a Wikipedia page. I don't know if there is a Wikipedia page showing a number of variants. There are quite a number, at least 8, not counting that Winston has mentioned just now in comments that there was a chess set in the not too long ago, multiple colorways of TREESON. So yeah, there is a lot. So I can't give you a definite answer right now. There is a lot. I'll try to count them later on if I can, Michael. And I'll list them in the descriptions. And I'll put a link to whatever I have. But probably around 8, if not wrong, 10, 8. There are different sizes, even here there are even different sizes as well, different incarnations. I don't know if you came on earlier and seen this, not Michael. There is the OG, which I'm showcasing today, and that's me. There is the Fluffy House version, which was released in 2015, and the 8-inch. Yes, Tramp. Yes, correct, Winston. And Winston has reminded me. You can check out Trampt as well. TRAMPT, Michael. You can check out Trampt. I've not used Trampt as often, but I'm sure they have a decent record of how many editions that are available. Oh, thanks for the heads up, Adam. I'm not been to the Flickr. I have no love for Flickr at this point. I'm not gonna slam anybody else. So yeah, I don't know much about that Flickr group at this point. I think in the early onset in 2006, to me, even as a collector myself, because it was I was enjoying the fruits of blogging and of knowing collectors all around the world. At the beginning of, this was the MySpace era, the beginning of. It was a tricky beginning part, because getting to know about folks' toys were primarily through retailers and also forums. And forums were not exactly... No, you have to keep up. I can't say not exactly. You have to keep up. And there were multiple threads. So keeping tabs on new toys on multiple threads might be a bit tricky. There were a few blogs that offered up toy news. One of my main inspirations and the person who helped me start it was Vinyl Pulse, Jack at Vinyl Pulse. I loved his blog then, and I loved it that he was providing information more than just cut and paste information. And even then, cut and paste information was harder to come by actually. My memory of cut and paste, which I learned from at the most from, was through eBay. That was my toy education, was eBay listings. And it made sense then because whoever was the resellers were selling their items, they would just cut and paste the press release, which to me were very helpful because it included the size, the number, the make, except for the price, of course, and the stories behind. So my education through when I started out with designer vinyls and even 1/6 figures were through eBay. Hence the reason Toys Are Evil. It is in relation to eBay because, yeah man, I cleaned up my credit with eBay purchases. But having said that, and there were blogs like, I give a shout out to Vinyl Pulse, who helped me decide to give it a try. There were other few toy blogs as well who no longer exist, which is a waste. But a lot of forums as well, decent forums. One of the most decent forums which I totally enjoyed that doesn't exist anymore is the Ning Yoshi Toy Forum. I don't know if any old schoolers out there from the Ning Yoshi forum, but that to me was the best lah. And also, I can't remember the name, and Netherlands-based forum as well, where it was about the love of toys, nothing else, no politics, no negativity. If there were very few, and those are the few old guards which I really miss now, that I miss being a part of, and that was the time of being in a community of toy lovers, and then that was it. You stick to being in a community and enjoy toys. Whereas, I would say current incarnations are a bit tricky when it comes to what people want for themselves. Then it becomes a murky line of who wants what is good for the artist, what is good for the collector. It's a thin line. So shout out to all the moderators of forums and groups. Keep a fine line. You know who I'm talking about. Reject. But I'm not going to talk more about that. Eventually, from the 2006 eras, it developed a little bit more out of MySpace. I remember MySpace was my main point of contact because we didn't necessarily, or blogs like mine, have email direct to artists. And I remember in the early days, I would cold email out to whomever I can find, retailers and artists, and introduce myself. Hi, I'm Andy. I'm blogging Toys Are Evil, and I wish you could add me to your mailing list. That's all I asked for. Put it on mailing list. Not asking for special exclusive. That is for, I've always felt that's for the artists to decide the artists or retailers to decide who they want to give their exclusives to who they're most comfortable with. So as starting out as a no-name blogger, not that I'm a known blogger, that's to be fair, as a no-name blogger then, I just asked to be on a mailing list. And subsequently through the years, everybody had a mailing list. I think a mailing list is a need, a must this day and age. At the same time, it's also tricky because it's an added step to do in your promotions of your toys. Nowadays, people are busy with not just stock, the stock of your toys. Feeding your social media about news of your toys, then feeding your newsletter for news about toys, on top of addressing the inquiries about your toys. So my heads off to retailers and also brands and artists who deal with all these administrations every day, especially for artists as well. I feel I can understand where I ask artists for info about their toys, but I can imagine I just want to design toys. You get what I mean? I just want to design and create my toys, but I end up doing administration. I end up doing inquiries, and to me the irony is, as a blog, and that's what I am, as other blogs do. It is our, I wouldn't say job, yeah, maybe it's our job to promote your stuff, to provide hype to your stuff. And that's the plan, you see, so that you are able to hopefully enjoy as much fruits of your labor with other folks like blogs like mine doing the promotion games. But these days, a lot of artists would end up, I would say end up, literally end up, I'm saying on behalf of myself, I can't speak on behalf of other fellow toy bloggers, but they end up promoting themselves through their own social media, which is totally understandable because folks, you just go to your social media straight away, no doubt. And the trend of going to blog maybe is not as much as going direct to the artist, but end up I might not necessarily, because there's so much artists out there, I might not necessarily be able to find information to promote. Hey, hi Mossy, glad to see you, finally say hi to you. Anyway, coming back to my train of thought, I might not necessarily be able to promote you if I don't find you, because there's just plain too many toy news out there. But anyway, coming back, then the artists end up promoting your own stuff. But I guess it's a sign of the times. I don't want to whine about it. It is not from, it is a, I would say burden, but it's become a job that everybody has chosen to do. And yeah, it has come to a point where, and I'll admit this, I do not read any other blogs actually to see news. This is something I chose to do many years ago because I don't want to actively provide similar content. Does it make sense? Exact same content as other blogs. I mean, that's not what I am trying to do. But at the same time, because of the proliferation of artists promoting their own stuff on social media, I have become, and I end up enjoying reading toy news on other people's or other artists' own blog themselves. I know I'm guilty of it, but it doesn't necessarily mean, end up me blogging about them, because I still want to remain faithful for folks who email me their submissions, and there's a finite amount that I can cater to a day. I'm one man blogging, I've been receiving nasty commentary about my lack of knowledge, my lack of ability to provide information or accuracy, and yes, it does affect me quite a bit. But everybody has their own opinion, and it's just my lack to be able to provide anything beyond what I necessarily know. And it's quite sad because compared to the earlier days of blogging, and I say that like 2006, 2017, where people are willing to educate, versus now folks are more open to drop nasty comments than to say what's right and wrong, what is accurate or not. So it is just my bugbear, but yeah, I guess it's just something I've learned to live with or not. And maybe it's time to move on with other stuff, because there are other things other fun stuff to worry about. In the pure sea and culture of toys, the negativity is outweighed by the positivity of new stuff being released. But having said that, the amount of new stuff released is staggering. It is staggering. Hey, thanks, Michael. Sorry, I studied. Thanks for your kind words. Now it sounds as if I'm salty and whining, but it's not meant to be. It sounds as if I'm so sorry for that. That's the problem of me whining on. I whine on and whinge. But having said that, the pure amount, get myself back on track, the pure amount of product being released right now, as I see from multiple groups on Facebook, that is my ultimate right now. As long as I can share them, I'll share them. Be able to blog about them, that's another thing. But if I can share them on my, like this particular Facebook page, my public Facebook page, which is actually struggling to get viewership, because they've been, now this is whinging. They constantly want me to pay for views, and I can't afford to pay for views, so the viewership and audience is not so great on this particular page. But So be it. It is still maintains as an archive where people can scroll and find stuff. But having said that, the sheer amount of toys being released right now, collectibles. Yeah, I have to remember to say collectibles. I've gotten flack in the past where people tell me, no, they are not toys, they're collectibles. Okay, yes, they're collectibles. And they're the sheer amount of collectibles being released right now. It's just a matter of eyeballs, man. Who sees what first and where does the money throw? Oops. So cute lah. It feels as if it's a horn, but it's not. Spiky. I mean, was there ever a blank? I don't think there was ever a blank release. Imagine if there was a blank. Confirm I'll paint it like durian lah. Confirm I'll paint it like durian. Singapore edition. In the past, I wanted to do a Singapore edition as well, exclusive, but I've never ventured, never been brave enough to seek. It's always a bit tricky. Until now, I still consider myself not no name, but a small name to be able to request for exclusive editions. And neither could I afford, a bulk, but I would have loved to do an exclusive edition of TREESON, and it definitely would have been durian. I love durians lah, but since my show in 2010, I also have to avoid durians lah, which is quite sad. But anyway, pre-2010, pre-strokes, I wanted to do, and I've never checked with Andy about it, I've never discussed about it, but I had really want to do a durian colorway of a TREESON. Dreams, and now I can talk about dreams because, yeah, it's just being salty about not being able to do, but I can't be commented about dropping hints. That's not making sense. I'm not making sense. Probably half an hour or 40 minutes, 45 minutes is my max. Is my max before my brain starts to turn to jelly. And I recognize that I've gone this far. This is the first I've gone for Toy Talk, 45 minutes, because my phone can take it. And in the last Toy Talk I had was 13 minutes, and I could stand that far because it was conversations with people's comments. I could converse, and that literally is what Toy Talk is, talking about toys. And it's something that I wish I had a chance to in real life, to sit with fellow collectors and talk about toys. And it is tricky because it's not about my blog. I also am a toy collector and want to talk about toys. But having said that, I'm not complaining about anything else. I'm grateful I have the opportunity to be able to enjoy all these toys and not necessarily need to buy them or pay money. No, not because I'm getting them free, but because I need to buy them to know more about them. So it's like with my blog, I'm able to find information, and with other blogs and social medias out there right now that I appreciate exist, that I can find out more about toys. Yeah, so it's all good. Regardless, with unfortunately with the current pandemic, which I'll not name, and everybody stay at home. This is also one aspect I hope to be able to talk about toys. I am not in a position, otherwise I'll say this because other people can try it out, to do toy chats, using multiple platforms where people just discuss and talk about their favorite toys, and everybody does a show and tell. Would anybody be interested to do that? Would anybody want to do that? That I will sort out, that you can jump on board. Or if it's not about me, it's about toy groups or forums or in Facebook groups, that you do your multiple. Recently, the Bullet Punk Universe or the Facebook group has done their Bullet Punk TV. I've seen a little bit where multiple folks gather together and talk about the universe. I can't deny that there's opportunity for folks to gather in particular groups. I don't have a Facebook group. Yes, maintaining is another thing. But to talk about our favorite toys, just bring out one toy and you show your toy and you talk about it. That is an incarnation I'm considering for the next context of Toy Talk. Hey Adam, I'm going to bug you to jump on board. But anyway, that's one context I'm considering for the next incarnation of Toy Talk. So be it if somebody does it before me. But let's gather and talk about our favorite toys. That's simple as that. But for that to happen, I need to sort out my equipment first. If anybody does it first, do let me know. Yeah, these days, people talk about who does first, who does what first, and a bit over it lah. Yes, when you have the equipment, you do it. Don't have the equipment, I'll just be winding up. Yeah, thanks for that, Winston. So anybody has any ideas on that? Setting themes. Yeah, the theme. I like that theme. I like the context, Winston. Imagine the theme for this week is cute. The next theme for next week is kaiju. The other theme is media. No, media tricky. Kind of licensing issue. And I would love it. And I would love to be able to I suggest this. If everybody can help, that'd be great. I would love to be able to include the original designer. The theme could be a designer-based toy. Immediately pops into mind Richard from the Scout Toys group, Scout Toys Collective. Even though folks are not happy, I blog about that stuff. Yes, I'm a bit salty, Richard. But okay, invite Daniel on. Then for that day, we'll talk about all Daniel's toys. Everybody showcase Daniel Yu's toys. I think that will be quite fun. Then becomes a commentary. The thing right now, the in thing right now on Twitter that I'm struggling to blog about on my film blog is group watches, which is quite funny. Group watches, not funny in the stay-at-home context where directors of the film do their live commentary on Twitter while folks in their own homes watch the movies at the same time. So there's bountiful stuff. Mike Daughtry just did a wonderful one on Godzilla, King of Monsters movie, and the Russo brothers just did for Avengers, which I'm trying to replicate. So they did like a, like DVD commentary. So they did like a commentary on the movies as they watch them. And there are multiple behind the scenes. They show pictures. They show pictures we've not seen before. They show clips from we've not seen before. Behind the scenes, they talk about motivations and whatnot. And I think that's a wonderful way to expand the universe that folks are on or experience. And to me, at the same time, for toys as well, it would be a great way to expand your appreciation of toys. Yeah, yes, that would mean bugging designers to come on board, and that's what I hope to do. But yeah, I'm not keeping it as much a secret right now than me telling out there. No doubt, if folks want to jump on board and do it first, by all means, this is what I'm hoping to do. I don't mean to sound salty, but that's a reality these days, man. The speed becomes a commodity that certain folk looks for, and if speed is not something I can afford, then it's not something I can afford. But yeah, having the toy talk is something I hope to do soon, and hope to see you guys on board as well. I'll do an open call on the blog and on Facebook as well to see if folks are interested. Then yeah, let's move from there. Yes, it will be an open call plus some private invites. But yeah, I'm rambling on more than I should. I can't keep secrets because I just want to enjoy and share the joy of toys. Yeah. I look at my clock and 55 minutes in. It's the longest I've done and the most fruitful. And this is something which I've longed to do for many years, but I don't have the equipment to do so. And neither do I have the ability right now to head out of the house because it's circuit breaker period to search for a legit, even a web camera or a decent camera rather than phone. I'm filming on my phone to be able to provide equipment with integrity, filming integrity. Anyway, maybe I should pause and ramble on too much. Imagine people shaking their heads or whatnot. So, any last questions from folks before I end this on Facebook? And I'll repeat again, this is my last episode for Season 1. Just for Season 1 of Toy Talk on Facebook. I might, where I go and take a breather and plan for the next incarnation of Toy Talk. It might also end up moving to Instagram TV or Instagram Live. I'm not too sure then, but I would say now, even for feedback for folks who want to know, the comment rate on my Facebook is so much better than on Instagram TV. Maybe because on Facebook it is also desktop bound and people can type more freely. I struggle typing on a phone. I struggle typing on a phone because my eyesight ain't great and my thick fingers and horrendous fingernails is an impediment to typing on a phone, and I'm not great with typing on a phone. Maybe that's why in the age of texting females, I'm just still a single man. But take-up rate on Facebook is so much better, but on Instagram my viewership is much higher. But I am not as concerned about viewership. Yes, I am, but it's not as much compared to I want to be able to discuss straight with folks. Yeah, thanks for the comment, Adam, the feedback. Typing on a phone is tricky. If you're quick, you're quick. But you know, unless we're talking stream of thoughts, I'd rather catch stream of thoughts because that's how I am. That's how I am able to connect as well. Because not necessarily everybody is able to structure a reply in too short a time. We are used to the Twitter context or even text context of quick short opinions, which works for a lot of folks in this era, but maybe for folks like myself, not about age, for folks like myself that just typing out a few words is just not enough. You want to be able to talk more, and if you pause trying to think of something to type, then yeah, maybe defeats the purpose. Because it's not about how clever you type, how clever you talk. It's just about talking, just about communicating, talking about toys you like, and it's toys now. You know, we're not talking about politics or circumstances we're in. I've chosen not to talk about that, even though I'm anxious about it. But toys lah, let's focus on toys, because at this period of time, toys that makes us happy. I'd rather be able to talk about toys that make us things that make us happy than anxious, even if it does mean finding out where to buy your toys lah. Yeah, one day I hope to be able to, the next incarnation, film on a landscape format like this. I still haven't figured it out. I admit it right now, I still haven't figured out how to film on a landscape format rather than on a vertical format. So it should be looking like this. Yes, you can tilt the phone, but if you're on a desktop, you can't tilt the phone, right? Anyway, this set that I did at the back, which I talked about featured in my latest blog post, which is online right now on Evolution of TOYSREVIL HQ, was based on a vertical format, which is born of Toy Talk and Toy Time as well. So yeah, we make do with what we have. Having said that, I'm hitting the hour mark, and I should probably end this video. Thanks for everybody who joined in. What I'll do is, I've learned to upload, unfortunately, a low-res version of this video onto my YouTube and also on IGTV, which I'm keeping the archive of. I've learned to squat everywhere, cyber squat everywhere, because it is about sharing content everywhere, but the ability to be able to chat with all you guys on Facebook is the main thing I cherish, and I hope to be able to continue with whatever incarnations of Toy Talk and what it's going to be. I really hope to have you guys on board as well. Based on circumstances, I can also understand on timeline and time zones, especially I'm trying to work based on a Singapore timeline or time zone. Like right now, as I'm ending this, it is 1 p.m. in the afternoon on a Thursday afternoon in Singapore. So wherever you are, is also tricky. But one thing which I can do right now, which I'm able to do the Toy Talk, is because of the stay at home. Because more likely you are at home working and is able to tune in. If this is a regular work day, you folks might more likely to be at work and not be able to tune in, or maybe if you do, you can't interact. Does it make sense? So this is the only time I can be able to do this, if not on a weekend. But on a weekend, you have your own things to sort out, your own, lives and family to consider. So yeah, that's one consideration. So I also considered the next incarnation of Toy Talk I hope to not make it sound opportunistic. I'm sorry if it does, but this is the only opportunity we can chat more. Does it make sense? Yeah, I'm letting go all my rationale, man. I don't care lah. That's what I'm about. That's what Toys Are Evil is about. When we said that, I will be ending. I've been saying that for the past half hour. I'll be ending this Toy Talk now, and I'll thank each and every one of you who has tuned in and taken the trouble to comment and feedback. I say my goodbyes and see you on the blog or on my social media soon. Bye bye.